5.
Okay.
Now, did you record? Did you put it on recording?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
Just to have another one.
Yeah. All right. So I don't have to record it. Okay. So you got it going. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good. Now we just got to wait for my engineer to come on and do the check.
Excellent.
Now, just a little let you know, when the show kicks off, you're going to hear like the intro to the show. The intro won't come through very clear. It comes through very clear to the listeners that are listening on the internet radio, but through Zoom, it'll come off like muffled. Like you'll hear like a little bit of, like a little bit of music. And then, but it just, I want to let you know there's nothing wrong. It's just that it doesn't, you and I can't hear it well, but the audience hears it fine.
Okay. Great.
All right. So here's the engineer. He's coming in.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? This is Matt.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Doing well.
Great. We got Greg on. He's going to be our subject matter expert guest today, and we're all ready to go. If you just want to do a mic check, and
Absolutely awesome. All right. Hi, Greg. How you doing?
Oh, we are great, man. So happy to be here. This is awesome.
All right, excellent. I'm gonna get a mic level check with you. If you could just do me a favor and give me a count backwards from 5.
All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, check 1, 2.
All right, sounds good. And Chris, go ahead and do the same.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, sounds great. And Greg, real quick, are you using an external mic hookup or is it the internal on the computer?
I have one on my Logitech Pro cam, but I actually have a headset one, which now that this is audio, I might change over to real quick. It has better sound.
Okay, so right now we're using the one that's on the webcam.
Yeah, let me change real quick.
And Matt, just to let you know, we're recording this, and then I'm also going to go do a Facebook Live. So let me know how much time, because I'm going to put the Facebook Live, just because if I get the live coming up, it might give me reverb, and I got to pause it so we don't get the feedback.
All right.
All right.
So
this is a different one. Does this sound better to you, Matt?
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay.
Does that sound good, Matt?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Yep. Awesome. Perfect. Yep. So we are good to go. Chris, we have about a minute till showtime. I'll let you know.
All right. So I'm going to go live on Facebook right now. Let me just take care of this right now. We do that. So I just want to make sure it goes live. It's just prepping it right now. All right, let's see here.
All right, 30 seconds.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, 10 seconds, Chris.
Okay. And then Greg, in the chat box, Greg, he'll give us a countdown to the commercials. 4, 3, 2 minutes, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
When planning the road to success, there are a few steps to keep in mind. Identifying and solving the cause, facing and embracing change, goal setting, and being accountable. We'll talk about this today on Sustainable Success with Chris Salem. New and healthier habits lead to prosperity in all areas of your life and business. Now, here's your host, Chris Salem.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone is having a great week. February is off to a tremendous start. I don't know if you could feel it in the air, but I just feel like this tremendous shift in consciousness lately. I don't know what it is, but there's just this tremendous shift in confidence for just really good things happening. So even if you're going through any challenges out there, don't look at it as a challenge or a problem. See it as an opportunity to grow. That's what sustainable success is all about. And again, if you are new to sustainable success, you found us here at the Voice America Business Channel, but you could also watch us on Apple as well, including Spotify, and our Facebook page at Sustainable Success 2017. There, we've had many of our great guests sharing their words of wisdom and insights to help elevate your personal success and your business to the next level. Feel free to follow us there and provide any feedback or comments for our subject matter experts from previous shows and the one today. And again, if you'd like to see any content that could help you personally in your business, let us know here at Sustainable Success at either chris@christophersalem.com or chris@sustainablesuccess.net. Well, we got a great show for you today. I am so excited to be here today. We're going to be talking about build a permanent digital assets. We're here with Greg Goshorn, and Greg is a CMO, digital media strategist, producer, and a broadcaster, amongst many other things. And he's done so many great things. And we're going to be learning more about the importance of building permanent digital assets. And our show is being brought to you today by Alumni Direct. Alumni Direct is a new social media community platform dedicated to bringing alumni together from all different generational types, an opportunity to meet new people for the first time, as well as rekindle old relationships. It also offers a wide array of different services as a member, because there's no this is not where you have to get all these noisy notifications like you do on the rest of social media. Here you get to come in and generate genuine, authentic relationships and take advantage of these wide array of different services that are not available to the general public. If you'd like some more information on Alumni Direct, feel free to check them out at alumnidirect.com. That's alumnidirect.com. Well, without further ado, we welcome Greg Goshorn to the show. Greg, how you doing today?
Oh my gosh, thank you. I love your energy. We are so excited to be here today and just be a part of sharing and keeping things going. 2024 is rocking over here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love the energy. So let's dive into it about digital assets. There are probably some people here that know about digital assets, heard about it, and then some might have maybe heard, but they're just quite not sure what that is and why is that going to be important as we move forward, here in 2024.
Oh my gosh, this is more relevant than ever. I've been giving this one since like pre-pandemic. It's still relevant. Now, with your permission, I'm going to fire up my screen. I know this is primarily audio, but can I share a little video
Sure,
here?
yeah.
And we'll dig right in.
Sure.
So this really is how to use video and reviews to grow your business. And I'm going to just keep going here. So why? Well, these are top internet forces. They have been, and in my prediction, they are going to continue to be, right? And so there's so much to do online, and people really, almost everybody, even the richest of us, have limited time, money, and efforts, right? So this thing is, I call, a highest and best use, right? So these are reviews, they're video. I mean, they're searched for, they're watched, they're desired. It's what, heck, 90% of the folks on the internet within the past few weeks are reading these and watching these. I mean, you are, right?
Oh yeah, like Google reviews and Yelp or whatever. It depends on your business. And then of course, video. I mean, just kind of showcasing the character, the values, the sharing the knowledge, whatever. Yeah, it allows me to get really, more in alignment with a business. And, it's more than just what they do. It's why they do what they do and how they position themselves as a trusted advisor. I think that's where video and other digital assets and reviews really impact me.
Oh, yeah, are you reading my script? That's absolutely going to be later in the punch list, right? And just we're not giving anything away. It helps um, humanize and personalize the sales process, right? They can basically, meet you before they meet you. And so this is awesome. One thing here that we talked about in our materials, and my perspective is we always lead, with value in the business and in life. And so everyone's getting an opportunity to get a complimentary business marketing score, that attends. We'll share some of that information at the end, and perhaps online. I love how you spread the word in social media. That's one place that all of these play too, right? That's a great thing is leveraging these. So you can use these, you can create them once, they're going to last forever. They can be deployed all over the place. So
Yeah, if you could maybe share some example. I'm going to let you do your thing here, but I do have some questions, but keep going.
absolutely. My teaching style is not a lecture. It is absolutely interactive. I taught in Business Tech Corner today, had a room full. So please, please jump in, because it is it's way better to like not table them to the end, because otherwise people might miss value. And you're so dang insightful. You probably have a good clue on what the market and the people out there are thinking too.
Yeah, I would just say like, if you could maybe give some examples more if you can go in a little more depth about these digital assets, like videos, reviews, it could be other things as well that sometimes that we are already interacting with, but just don't know it by that they're digital assets, and how these very things could be making you money in your
Oh,
business.
so true. And I'm guilty of jargon, I call it a digital asset, right? If we could go farther, we could be, it's like your intellectual property. But still, these are things that you're building that are part of your business. And this is why we talk about it, the staying power. They stay online virtually forever. Little asterisk, right?
Yeah.
The review sites rarely remove reviews. That said, there's 10 ways you can get, say, a Google review struck down, fraudulent, and all this, etc. But the they really just stay. So if you invest in getting those, they're going to be there for you, right? And frankly, the video sites are user control. So basically, they're going to stay up unless you take them down. And we'll dig into this. One of the big benefits is, well, I don't know, Google owns YouTube, and they're always looking for video results. So let's not forget the SEO power of this as we go
Well, that
along.
there, right there. I mean, a lot of people just take that for granted. They just think that, well, I can't, let's say you have a small business owner and they're like, well, I can't afford to, pay for advertising or doing this or pay for for some of the basic SEO. But what they don't realize is that, if they're utilizing these video correctly or getting more reviews and leveraging other types of content, those are also helping them up, and they're not gonna have to spend a dime then other than the time that they are putting this collateral together to work for them, work in their favor.
Perfect. Highest and best use of time right there. You are exactly right. Um, this slide talks about the staying power. This is a video that I put up under some keywords for, let's say, Tempe video marketing. It's still popping at the top of Google, and it's been up since 2015. So
Wow.
there's a lot of
So
talk.
so can you talk about that, like the importance of those keywords? Is there like some, I've heard about that, like certain how you use your words are very
Oh,
important.
yeah, man, this is in the script. You were going to see this later. This is how people search in general. It's back to my jargon. We would call that a long tail keyword, right? So it's basically topic and geography, so Tempe video marketing in Tempe, dentist in Dallas, right? And so we use those as marketing experts and conversion experts to get in front of people, these long tail keywords. Well, as things have evolved and say voice search, people aren't very succinct. They speak long things. So this really is paying off in voice search, right? So one of the big plays is properly titling things. And I'll foreshadow this. Short form vertical videos, a big thing these days. It's a great way to get reach on many of the platforms. But the long term play is to smartly title these things and get them up on YouTube, just like we talked about that for that SEO indexing, right? They could be found through, say, YouTube Shorts, but then they're a gateway to the rest of your content.
Yeah. And is it important that the consistency, not the necessarily the quantity itself, but the consistency of the content, and also being aligned with the message? Again, is the consistency with the quality of of what you're sharing in the content speaking to the challenge that could be better for the audience you're serving and to the results that your audience seeks but doesn't currently have?
Yeah, we love consistency. It's just the broadest brush in marketing and messaging. Consistency actually even in their cadence, right? So if you're gonna put out something every month, every week, right? Um, People will get used to seeing that. So there's consistency in the messaging, there's consistency in the cadence. There's actually very specific targets that I've learned from my Google mentors, for example. So if we start talking about reviews, there's a minimum threshold for, say, 10 Google reviews, right? So a Google business profile used to be called Google My Business, right?
Yeah.
And so they have they call them tiers internally. I call it like Google Juice, right? So you'd want to get to 10 on a fresh profile or an old profile that's not there yet. And then as far as the cadence and the consistency, they want to see one new review every month.
Wow. So one review every month is like considered good for the algorithms. But
Yes.
now
Yes.
what if you have a business that just has too many? Is that a good thing or not a good thing?
Well, again, it's very business specific, and I'm glad that you phrased it that way. It's very insightful. So somebody that does longer time frame projects, they're not
Yeah.
going to really have the review velocity of a restaurant.
Yeah, like a restaurant's in and out, half an hour if you're lucky, right?
Yeah, but I just say, like, they're going to have hundreds or thousands of clients every day with the
Yeah.
opportunity to leave reviews. So
Versus like, yeah, something where you might have so many clients even in a year.
yeah, it's like somebody that's a CPA, or somebody that does long-term engagements, or something like that. So we still like to get them, if they can, right? These are metrics that are good for the algorithm, and there's a point that this stuff never goes away on Google. Like, they change all the time, right? There's probably, and by most estimates, a couple thousand Google updates, right? A year, so like you're trying to chase those, and it's a moving target. So in the years that we've been doing this, 20 years online, probably half that as a CMO, right? And tracking and using Google, 10 years using video, 7 years in reputation and reviews. What we've seen is that it doesn't go away in the eyes of Google, right? So there's reviews are always up there, high authority sites are up there, other stuff changes, and it's fundamental to the world. Like, how are you proving that you're a good service, right? Because people are saying so, right?
Yeah. No, so true. So true. So, I mean, I know in the second segment, you're going to go into a little bit more length in the process, but anything else like to kind of provide, the clarity of these assets and, and again, why it's imperative for, any business, regardless of size, whether you're a solopreneur, small business or even a small company moving your way up to a bigger company.
Yeah, it is. So they grow over time. So one of the things that my call to action is to start. All this stuff that you can do yourself. So a small solopreneur can do business. He can ask. Got a cell phone. When I was making videos 10 to 12, 15 years ago, we had fancy cameras and everything. Now everybody's got the best camera right in their pocket. Editing
Yeah.
tools for free. So get in there and do it. You see some of these examples like on our screen, the stuff that's been up there, stuff that's been out there for years has got, a couple thousand views, stuff that's been out there. They just keep clicking and working for you, right? So you do it once and it keeps working for you, no matter the size of the business. So you can scale, but you got to get started.
Yeah, that's the key, is getting started. And why do you think a lot of people are hesitant of getting started? Is it lack of awareness, fear, the uncertainty, whatever, what could that be? I mean, you can just assume, we can assume that, right? And probably in many cases that's true, but is there any specific reason why most people just don't either start or are not consistent with it?
Well, there's so much to do online.
Yeah.
If you look at the spectrum, right? And where do you put your efforts? Because a lot of people, especially if you start, sliding down the scale of smaller business, well, they still have to be, you know, the technician, right? They're still actually doing the fulfillment. They're getting people the thing. they're doing the work, right? Depending on how big your team is. And so that's why we really preach this, like carve out some time. We know you don't have time for everything, but if you're going to invest in something, invest in these, right? We'll make it easy. We'll show some tips later on how to ask for reviews, right? We'll show you the types of and kinds of videos to make. But here's the deal. Like, why some people are scared? They don't want to be on camera. They
Yeah.
don't like how they look. They don't like how they sound. You don't have to be on camera to make videos.
Exactly. And really, when you think about it, who's really judging you? You, not the people.
Nobody cares. Matter of fact, as things have evolved in the world, less production value videos are actually more trusted or something these days, right? Because people are just doing it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I know we got about, less than a minute here till the first break. Anything that you would like to sum up what you shared here about building permanent digital assets, anything? And then I know you're going to go into the process more here later.
Yeah, like go get it. Like quit doing something else. Like if you're doing what's going to last for you. Reviews, you get them, you invest your time and energy, they're going to be there. Videos are going to be there. Like break through the uncomfortableness. So we'll leave this. Anything worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. I say that mostly
Yeah.
about video, right?
Well, this is great. I know you got more to share here as we got to go to break right now, but when we come right back, we got more here with building permanent digital assets. And then you're going to learn how you can start to apply this now in your business, no matter where you are. And we'll be right back after the break.
All right, great segment, guys. All clear. Back in 2.
All right. So great, Greg. So nobody can hear us. Well, the audience can't hear us. You and I can hear each other, but the audience can't hear us now. Says they're running the commercial. In the second segment, do you want to go into where do you want me to segue you in? You want to get into more of the process or?
Yeah. So the deck is built where we we'll first talk about one section and then the other. I actually think it talks about reviews first.
Okay. So I can segue into that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll talk
so
about the
maybe-
process and then you're going to talk about reviews and then you can take it from there. And then we're
Okay.
going to go till about 3:40 till the next break. So we'll come back here in about just a little over a minute right now.
So I guess we'll be like, this next one on reviews, the last section on video. And then I'll
Okay.
give out my resources at the end.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to have 3 segments. So this will go to 3:40 and then again, at the end of the third segment, those last 2.5 minutes, that's when, you know,
Perfect. I got those teed up.
Yep. Cool. All right, let me see how much time we have here. Matt, where are we right now? I'm gonna check the Facebook and see how that is. Yep, it's still going. Okay. Oh, we got a few comments.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay. All right, good. I'll go back and answer those.
that's great. I really
Sure.
thrive
Yeah.
on the interactive environment.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm happy to be here and you have like a larger footprint with the Voice America, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna say a lot of it was just general information, so we don't have any specific questions yet. But
Right.
yes, thank you for the Facebook people listening. Again, we're gonna be coming back live here very shortly.
All right,
Here we
just a
go.
few seconds. Here we go, guys.
You are listening to Sustainable Success with Chris Salem. Call into our program today at 1-866-472-5790. Again, that's 1-866-472-5790. Or send an email to Chris at christophersalem.com. Now, back to Sustainable Success.
Well, welcome back again. If you're just joining us, we're talking about building permanent digital assets. This is, again, for your business. And if you're just joining us, again, you can listen to this show in its entirety here later today here at the Voice America Business Channel. We hope that, again, you have your pen and paper out to take notes. This is some great information. And for any of you who are on Facebook as well, you could be watching the live visual presentation, even though we are a radio show. We're not, can't watch us live in video, but you can watch it on Facebook if you are on there right now under my name, Christopher Salem, or chrissalem.com, or it could be Chris Salem on Facebook. You could catch us live there. So getting back, Greg, some great information. And I know you're going to go into the process here around, building digital assets. And I guess you're going to start with covering what reviews are and why those are so important and a major aspect of building SEO power.
Heck yeah, we're going to go a little bit deeper here. We love, I repeat myself, we love giving value. So we want people to actually have like tangible, like, what can I go do, right? I taught today at the end of our session, we go, what did you learn? And how are you going to use it, right? So knowledge is power, they say, but I think acted upon knowledge is power. That's really where you get the lift, right? And so we want you to be excited. We want you to have some things to be like, I love that. I'm going to go do it.
Great. So
Yeah.
let's dive in. So if you want to share anything on that.
Well, we'll go into it. We'll actually cover some of this stuff. Your questions are so insightful, right? This SEO thing we talked about, right? And we just bounce some quick stats. I mean, I think it's undeniable, but I'm close to this, right? But 93% online reviews impact their buying, right? Here's a contra stat. Only 2% of consumers say they never read an online review. I mean, these numbers are way up for when we were digging in and pounding the drums of reviews and reputations for the last 7 years. They take reviews seriously. 86% would think twice about making a purchase from a company with bad reviews. 92% say they'd only visit a business that has at least a 4-star rating or higher. The stats show this. Little side note, a perfect 5.0 isn't like the highest revenue company, right? It's almost wrong.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not real life, right?
Yeah.
It's usually like this 4.
You're not going to be perfect. If you don't have one person, come on, you're never going to be everything for everyone.
Agree. I mean, even if you're good, like a delivery truck or so, somebody has a bad day, right? So, 81% use Google to evaluate local business, which is why that's the keystone piece for this, but they're shown everywhere. And here's another tickler, and this is a great action item for you guys out there. 75% of businesses don't respond to negative reviews. So what's the takeaway? go respond to those. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Oh, algorithm, Google Juice. Google also rates you on responding to reviews. So you have like the quantity, right? And the quality, but then also how you address them. So you need to respond to 100% of your reviews,
Yeah.
including the negative
Ne-
ones.
Even the negative ones. Yeah.
Well, and they're, would you believe me if I say they're an opportunity, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah. And pro tip, within 2 weeks. So be timely. Like you can almost put this on a tickler, right? If you got a calendaring system or CRM or something that you use, right?
Well, one thing it's going to show is that you care about your customers, whether if it was not a good experience, you know, you're going to do your best. Because again, it's he said, she said, doesn't mean that's a reflection on your business. Everyone could just, you know, maybe they didn't do what they were supposed to do and now they're just blaming it on you. That can, you know, again, sometimes people take that with a grain of salt, but the fact that you had the character to follow up and address it in a professional way speaks volumes of you and your business.
Boom. That's it. You're showing people how you handle your business, even when things go wrong. And
Yeah.
let me tell you this, the people who read reviews read the negative ones. And that
Yeah.
is an opportunity. And so if we're just going to give a little couple more tips, like first of all, take a breath and don't get angry and reply. And sometimes this stings. Secondly, craft your reply in you're certainly replying to that person, but the lens is the foundation, the paradigm is that you're showing people how you handle your business. So basically you're writing your reply to everybody who's reading this reply. So it talks about what you said, your character, right? So
Yeah.
so this one actually goes right back to the stuff that you're so tied into this. And I think frankly, consumers are now, you know. So here you how you search, right? Dennis Palm Beach appliance, right? So this is how people are looking. So say you did
So when you, for the people that are listening but can't see, the more you got, the more specific your keyword is, the better. So if you said, like you said there, you had contractor Boston. Well, a contractor can mean a lot of different things, right? It can mean that it doesn't mean that you're a general contractor. It could mean you could be a plumbing contractor, you could be an HVAC contractor, you could be whatever. But in this case, if you're more specific, like saying if you were looking for a general contractor, you could say that, not just contractor.
Absolutely. You could say teeth whitening instead of dentist if you wanted to target,
Yeah.
a specific
Or
offering.
Invisalign, dentist Invisalign.
Sure. Brand key. Those are searchable, findable keywords, right?
No,
And
it makes
so,
sense.
yeah. And so there's people out there and they do this search, right? And hopefully you're targeting, back to the macro, we're marketers. We're trying to reach the people where they are when they're online and finding those keywords and, measuring your stuff and looking at your things and crafting messages for different offerings. But here's on the other side of the screen, I hear people, they see a few services, service A, 4 good reviews, 2 bad reviews. Service B, no reviews. Service C, 6 5-star reviews. Who are you going to pick?
Oh,
Right?
so let's clarify that for the people just listening. Now you got service A, you got 4 good reviews, 2 bad reviews. Service B, no reviews at all. Service C, you got 6 straight 5-star reviews. Which one would you choose to contact? I like that.
It is. So I keep going macro and micro if you'll allow me. So in the
Yeah.
biggest picture online, and a bunch of this stuff that my world is, right? You got to get found, so a bunch of this stuff helps with getting found. Forbes talks about 70% of the buyer's journey being online before they ever call you. So we're on that side of the line, right? They're looking. And so then you got to get chosen. Well, this is going to help you get chosen, at least like to make it to, who am I going to contact? Poor service B with no reviews. Like, does anybody in the world trust this guy? I'm not going to be the first one. So, um, and so this is they're a game changer. Like you have to have them to compete online these days. Like you can't ignore this. Like to go back to your earlier question, like I don't know what else you're doing that's more important to be competitive, to have a choice, to get a chance to say, hi, how can I help you to your future customer
Yeah.
than doing this, right? Look, they pop up on Google, they're on social media, they're in directories, helps your SEO, it helps it pay-per-click, they're showing your stars. I mean, you can't ignore this, right? And so back to some other examples here. Who would you call first? Well, most of the respondents, they're going to pick a lot of times people with the excellent star ratings, maybe over who came up first, maybe whoever's the cheapest, right? People are looking for proven value in the marketplace. And this is not you saying it. This is your customer saying it, right? So, and
Yeah,
they,
absolutely.
yeah, and they trust you. Like, sometimes you end up getting I don't know, pre-qualified loosely, right? Like they self-qualified from reading your reviews to trust you enough to call you. Make sense, right?
It makes
Y'all
sense.
tracking this? So then we go, well, how many reviews do they need? 10? Yeah, that's probably the amount that people look at, right? We think
Exactly. Yep.
we think a threshold, and this maybe even be higher these days. You got to have a half a dozen, right? I mean, like, who? 6 people in the world don't trust this company enough
Yeah.
to raise their hand, right? And so, and the numbers here are, this is modern word of mouth marketing, right? Um, and people actually, this one from Bright Local, 88% of people trust reviews as much as a personal recommendation. In fact, somebody gives you something, what's the first thing you go do is you go check them out online, right?
Check them online. Exactly.
And so, and again, I'll just have a little hint of foreshadowing. Part of the given value is our complimentary business marketing score, which is going to show you how you're being seen online, right? Including reputation, social traffic, website. But you want this, you want to be out there when people are looking, right? Because you're getting judged in there. And ROI's always been a little bit of a challenge. Like how do you measure goodwill? Yeah, my business exit strategy people, like there's like a line item for goodwill when you're valuing a business, but it's a little bit of a challenge in my world. Be like, well, what's the ROI of getting reviews? Well, so that UC Berkeley put something out that a half-star rating on Yelp gave you a 19% increase. Now, take that for what it's worth. Surely having more reviews just qualitatively and in the mind of people, right? Helps a lot. So in the old days, we had referral marketing, it was
Oh,
one-to-one,
yeah.
it was private, it was kind of finite, right? And not an asset. Now we can, like, this is where we're thinking, so now with these reviews, it's one to thousands. It's public, it's out there. It's perpetual. That's what we're talking about. And it really becomes an asset to the company, right? So we can think about a review is a public referral, right? And
True. Yep.
I would ask people like, which do you think is more powerful? And
No,
so,
this is great stuff. And so I mean, like I said, I hope, listeners, you are writing this down. And if you can get on Facebook too, you'll be able to see some of this. But, what Greg is doing is giving you, a verbal explanation of these things that you should be considering in your business.
all right, let's power through
Yeah.
some real life things. First of all, start with your Google business profile. It used to be called Google My Business. It's your free spot at the first page of the internet. right? And then here. Oh, let's flash back. What's stopping people? They're afraid to ask. You got to ask, right? I mean, there's passive ways and there's active ways, right? So you can make it simple, right? You could get a review link, like say from Google or Facebook or any of these other places. You know what's popular now? QR code. Everybody knows how
Yeah.
to use it. I had to tell my my guys at his water store, he was piling them in. I'm like, you got to throttle that back, Andy. You know, too many seems inorganic, right? If you weren't getting a lot. So we make it easy. And so there's a couple tiers here. So here's what you should do. We think about it in three big factors in the next couple minutes here. Manage, build, and market, right? So you got to monitor your reviews, right? So that's another time for a little tickler every month. Go in and look. If you do them on Google, you're going to get notifications when they come in. Reply to every review. Okay. Then
Yeah,
you
the
got to,
reply was so critical what you said before.
yeah. Then you got to build, right? So ask in person, ask via email, get an automated system. Oh, another pro tip, do not incentivize reviews against terms of services across the board.
Mm-mm.
Now, here's the asset part, market them. Then you leverage them, right? You share them on a website. You share them on social media, right? You can turn them into graphics. You can turn them into videos. One thing we do, and anybody can do this, right? Is you can take little screenshots, you know, in Google Business Profile. There's a share button, right? And then get them out there, put them on your website. You can turn them into videos. We've got an amazing product, the one we talk about giving away today, right? And we'll share that information where people can go check them out. A review commercial. Watch this. A review on video. Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch, right? And so, but you don't need it. You don't need a service. You know, we have a service. I'm not a pitch slapper. You could get ours. You could get anybody. But you know, if you say all of a sudden you go, I'm better off, you know, going selling another $30,000 deck, Greg, than figuring out how to broadcast my reviews. Well, then outsource that. Get a VA, hire a firm, right? But do it. You know, even if you're going to outsource it, where does your first money need to go? Like building this reputation, right? So you got to win before you get to talk to them. And this is how
Yeah.
you do it.
Wow. Powerful stuff. And I know we got about less than a minute now, Greg, to the next break, but anything that you would like to sum up what you shared to really drive home the impact that you shared in this segment of the show?
Well, it's this last slide, man. There's three parts: manage, build, and market. Okay. So first of all, get in the game, you know, claim your thing, watch your reviews, right? Second thing, build, ask for reviews. That's a big hurdle. Like, I don't want to get a bad review. Well, that's real life. It's an opportunity. We covered how to reply to those. And then the crux of this whole talk, leverage them. Now it's an asset. Your reputation's an asset. Don't let them be mothball's a poor
Yeah.
thing, but sitting on Google
Yep.
is not the same as in front of them, leading with them, right?
Yeah. No, it's so true. Well, I know you got more to come with this to kind of as we go into the third segment. We got to go to break, everybody. When we come right back, again, you're going to get some more information to really solidify what you could be doing to build your digital assets. And we'll be right back after the break.
All right, perfect. Good job, guys. We're all clear. Back in 2 minutes.
All right. Awesome. So in the last segment, before we get into where you want to, you know, provide something for them, anything that you want to elaborate in the third segment?
So the third segment's going to be the video part.
Okay.
So it's really nice. We set the table, give
Yeah.
them some good stuff, and then button it up at the end. I love your
Beautiful.
format, man. This is really great. I'm used to, frankly, squishing this into half an hour, and I love the flexibility.
Yeah, it's a little
Longer
longer with this
time.
show. We have almost an hour.
Yeah, and I could talk on this for days. And I got to tell you, your questions. I mean, I joke about giving you the script, right?
Well, I've
But-
been doing this a long time, so like I've been a professional in doing this for so long. Yeah, so I'm not an amateur.
yeah, and they're just they're like what people are thinking, and then you're pulling it out of me, like the ways to put it to work,
Yeah,
and some of the stuff that that's it's more holistic, right?
yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Earn their trust. Oh, we got a guy, Hermilio. Hermilio, yes. We got a lot of things going on here. So yeah, definitely you might, if you have any questions with Greg, make sure to reach out to him you could reach out to him here on Facebook. You could also, he'll give you his contact information here later today. Thanks, Hermilio. Appreciate it, you, my friend, everything you do. All right. Great.
All right, guys, coming back in about 15 seconds.
Okay.
You are listening to Sustainable Success with Chris Salem. Call into our program today at 1-866-472-5790. Again, that's 1-866-472-5790. Or send an email to Chris at christophersalem.com. Now, back to Sustainable Success.
Well, welcome back again. We are talking about building permanent digital assets for your business here. Again, we're talking about the power of reviews and video, among other things, to help build your digital assets that can sustain and grow your business to a whole new level. Never imagined. Again, if you're just joining us, we're here with Greg Goshorn. Again, you're going to get an opportunity to learn more. You could also listen to the show in its entirety here later today at the Voice America Business Channel. And we're going to encourage those that have been listening up to this point to reach out to Greg when he provides his contact information here later on the show. And again, today's show is being brought to you today by Alumni Direct. Again, Alumni Direct is a new social media community platform dedicated to bringing alumni together from all different generational types. They're doing a lot of great things that are unlike the other social media channels in terms of no more noisy notifications, no more negative content that's being shared back and forth. This is stuff that you could generate small groups to really embrace and engage, not only with people you went to school with or maybe a fraternity, but also with even new people that you're meeting for the first time. This is a site for everyone. So feel free to check them out at alumnidirect.com. That's alumnidirect.com. Excuse me. So, Greg, I know you're kind of going in the home stretch here. We talked about the power of reviews for building our digital assets. Now we are going to get more into why video. And a lot of people have heard about video, but why video is so important.
Oh, thank you. I'm having a blast, Chris. Thank you. And I got a lead for your sponsor. My brother's a CFO at a university. So how about tell him tonight
Sure.
at Alumni Direct.
Yeah, we absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm looking at these and they're low. they're great. They're amazing numbers, right? 85% watched online video content, right? 54% want to see more video from a brand or business they support. No surprise, right? It's their favorite type of content to see on social media. So,
yeah.
And then this one I know is low because my buddy Alex, I was sharing it in Tech Corner earlier today. That is a couple years ago. It's more like 26 hours on YouTube. The time that they're watching. And so we were talking about, like say LinkedIn video, like it's, say 6 compared to 26 hours, right? So getting in front of your people where they are. Your stuff doesn't always have to start on YouTube, but it needs to end there, and we'll dig into that, right? So
yeah, let's look in and get some. I know, and I love the fact that over almost 7 hours people spend per week watching videos online. I mean, that's evident with TikTok and Facebook videos and Instagram.
I think it's I think it's 5x stat now. That was an older stat, and these numbers are amazing. These platforms give you the reach too. So we always talk. Remember getting found, right? Getting
Yeah.
getting chosen, getting remembered. So these newer platforms, say TikTok in particular, they put you in front of new people automatically. That's part of their algorithm, right? So that's it's amazing. Now then we got to get chosen and we got to convert them and stuff, but you're getting in front of more people. People are doing it. So if we start like, giving a big brush at this, I got kind of like a big 5 reasons on how or why, video works for you. Near and dear to my heart as a marketer, online marketer, SEO. I know we said it 4, 8 times today, right? We just said it in the first 5 minutes. YouTube is owned by Google, and they're always looking for video results, right? Because that's what people want to consume. And then there's another great stat. When you post a properly optimized video, you're 53 times more likely to appear at the top of Google. Now, for those who are reading, this says page 1. Another pro tip. Anybody tells you page 1 of Google, that's no longer a thing. They do not paginate it. So we say the top of Google, right? And so optimizing them. We'll give you some real hard tips on how to optimize your video. So
Yeah,
it
Greg,
does
before
get
you do
ranked.
that, I would love to have a question with that. Does it mean even if you're a small business and you don't have the budget to do a top, like a really top level video, like, where maybe you have professional cameras and all that, but you're doing it just how a typical person might be doing it from their iPhone, even on a tripod or something like that. Does it matter of the quality of, in terms of the camera in this case, or it's the content itself and how you optimize it with the right words that are going to line for the search?
Boom. Yes. So, you know, this little thing we're all carrying around has a better camera than you could buy in a lot of cases. iPhones have Zeiss lenses, that are top optics across all your Sonys and your Canons and everything. The Androids are great. They have 3D, they do HDR. So you've got the tool, right? Can you make it better? Yeah. Put it on a tripod, you could get a gimbal. But the production value, people are used to non-professional videos these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That I don't think that's a caliber. I would say if you're going to invest your time in something, it should be captioning video in the moment, right? Because so people are
It's the experience,
watching with the sound off, right?
Yeah.
So, and guess what? The captions also help you get the words right. Guess what? The words are indexed. Like your YouTube transcription gets indexed, right? That's how you help get some rankings. And we're going to absolutely dig into that. So, and the big caveat, get that phone out and do it. Make a video. You don't have to be in it. Okay. So, if you want to be in it, that's good. And that's one of these other things. But say number 2, it increases your engagement, right? And so on websites with video, your viewers stay longer, right? And that's a big thing. If we start talking about SEO, technically it's called dwell time. Now, this is important even on a social media post. The LinkedIn algorithm has dwell time, right? So how long do people stay before leaving, right? And the numbers are big. You can get an extra 5 minutes of engagement. It could be all the difference you need to get them to click or call instead of bounce, right? Big double win right there. And then if we go a little farther, if you're gonna be on, we recommend that you are. Nobody cares what you look like, and nobody cares what you sound like. It's basically the next best thing to meeting in person, right? And we know foundationally people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? So this helps you be that person faster and easier, right? It helps humanize the connection. It helps build a personal connection, right? And a lot of people, service providers, solopreneurs, people that are the face of the business, a lot of it is you're selling yourself. I love the oh, are you B2B? Are you B2C? I like the H to H, right? Or P2P, right? It's people doing business with people. So that's a big one. So we encourage
Yeah,
you.
love that.
Yeah. Um,
It's definitely a deeper connection. It builds that rapport.
it really does. And it starts to accelerate the sales process, right? So first they have to find you and then they have to meet you and you got to close the sale. And how much effort does that take? So with the video, they can find you online and they can basically meet you. And then some of these touches, say if you're sharing videos, they're on your website, they're on your social, you could build them into your touches, like even in your emails, right? Matter of fact, if you put the word video in the subject line, you get higher open rates, higher click-through rates. And so these days, it's easy. Remember, they used to say, oh, they need to see you 7 times, right, Chris?
Oh yeah. Well, they call the buyer's journey, right?
Yeah. These days, I mean, I've heard numbers. The last guy was like, you should be like 30 times, but it's easy, so they see you on social, you did an email, they did a follow-up, they might have a text, there's lots of ways to accelerate the cadence of these touches, right? And personalize them. So that's a big one. And then when we go into the fifth one, it's actually 2 parts. And back, leverage. That's why this is the highest, best use of your time. This is the leverage of permanency, right? So you do the work once, keeps working for you. How about that? Now, not only that, you make one video and you can put it everywhere. The right video, most videos, right? Unless it's very, very specific, that can go on your website, it can go on a blog. You can use it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, your Google business profile, LinkedIn, all over. And again, this little pro tip, like you can put a link to a video with like a picture in an email and say put video in the subject line. A common misconception is you can embed a video in an email, and you really can't, right? It's too big for email. You can't even send a big attachment, right? But you can put a call to action in the form of a picture to click through. So we're going to get into some real stuff. How do you create them? This is what we talked about. Grab your cell phone. Got a fancy camera? Great. Oh, here's one. You don't want to be on camera? Record your screen and give some tips, right? Show other people's pictures. Show your own content. Go get some stock video. Outsource it. Go to Fiverr. Hire me. Hire another marketer. Oh, here's a big tip. You got PowerPoints? You could save PowerPoints as a video. Do your narration per slide so you don't have to do the whole dang thing together. Save it as a video. People got
that's
content
great.
laying around they could make into video. We're going to keep powering. How to create them. Now, in today's world, the best thing is what we call short form vertical video. Okay. They should be less than 60 seconds because that way they can be used across, right? We want to be omnipresent. We want leverage. So you can use them on Facebook and Instagram Reels. You can put them on TikTok. They'll go up as a YouTube short. Again, add captions, okay? Now, we talked about how to make them and the content. This works for posts, and this especially works for video. It's called hook, story, offer. You got to get them in the first few seconds, right? Something that's going to hook them, and then deliver something good, right? They call it the Velcro or tell them the story. And then at the end, and in any good post or video, have a call to action, right? Now, if you've got longer stuff, you can break them up into short ones so they hit these thresholds. So
Absolutely.
And
we got about 2 minutes left. So I just want to make sure that you got time because we want to make sure people get to reach out to you.
Excellent. So we're gonna bounce ahead. I got a thing for that. And again, we'd love to show you all of the rest of these tips. We'd love to talk to you about this stuff. here's a couple things right here. I'm going to read them and they're on the screen. So complimentary business marketing score. Next at reputationreportcard.info. I'll say it again, reputationreportcard.info. Now this thing's really great. It's going to talk about your reputation score, which is what it was foundational, why I have that domain, but now we've expanded it. How do you show up on social? How does your traffic look, right? How does your website and your SEO look? So it starts to be more of a comprehensive online score. Now, we also have the review commercial. We'll figure out a way to give one away. In the meantime, we got a thing here, and this is another primary way to contact me. It's called mappingyourmarketing.com. You can find me there. And if you add a /review commercial, you can see some very specific details on that. And in the value proposition here, if you decide I really want to get into building my reputation, we got a whole site called leveragereputation.com. So you can get a guide, there's a link to that other report. And then we love to meet people out on LinkedIn. So again, mappingyourmarketing.com. You can also find me at Greg Gosshorn. So it's GREG, GOS as in Sam, HORN as in Nancy.
Great. Greg, I know we're near the end of the show. I want to thank you personally for taking the time to be here and joining us here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you and thank everybody. Get out there and take action.
Thank you so much. We highly encourage you to reach out to Greg Goshorn again here at mappingyourmarketing.com and take advantage of reaching out to him on LinkedIn. And we want to thank you listeners from each and every week joining us here at Sustainable Success. We want to wish you a successful rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
All right, perfect. That's a wrap, guys. Good show today.
Thank you.
All right. Great. Well, Greg, awesome job. What I got to do, I got to break because I have to go on a board call here at 4:00, but okay. I will get in touch with you, and then we're going to promote the show again for the on-demand version tomorrow and Saturday as well.
I'm all over it. I love how you do it. I'm following yours. You're following mine. We're keeping it alive in social. Thanks, buddy.
You got it. Talk soon.
Take care.
Bye.